It is scheduled for 3 rounds in the PFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a jiu-jitsu fighter with a record of 1 win and no defeats. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed in at 144 pounds even. Fighting out of Azle, Texas, this is Suhail Fedaye. And his opponent across the PFC cage. Fighting out of the red corner, he is a mixed martial artist with a record of 3 wins and 1 defeat. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, he weighed in at 146.9 pounds. Fighting out of Dallas, by way of Texarkana, Texas, this is Jacorien Juice Walker! Our referee in charge of the action, Danielle Guevara.
And we are ready for our final match here of the Facebook prelims. So make sure you are getting the Peak Fighting app, getting to peakfighting.com, get that pay-per-view ready. Here we are for a lightweight bout. Now do remember there are knees and elbows here for the amateurs in Texas. Peak Fighting gets to make that choice and Texas allows them to do so, so we love that. And these guys come out showing a lot, Juice.
Yeah, Fedaye in a very comfortable position. You see he's tight but loose, and he's just moving very slightly, letting Juice kind of move around. Ooh, nice solid right hand.
I like that Walker's working in and out on him too, though, not letting him get too comfortable.
Ooh, stout too coming down the pike there.
Quick hands. Oh.
Nice slip. Almost got that body lock. But I think Walker
Great
just
sprawl
so
there.
Big 1-2 for Walker.
Nice. Great job by Walker, keeping it on the feet there. Good defensive wrestling.
Ooh, big shots. You can see a little bit of desperation already from Fedaye.
Yeah, you can tell Walker very prepared for those shots. Again, coming from Mark De La Rosa's gym where they're heavy wrestlers.
Walker just looking to time his shot now. Oh. Fedaye walks in on that one.
You know, I think Fedaye would have a little bit more success with those takedowns if he actually used his hands to get in just a little bit closer. He's just too far away that Walker is able to stuff those really well.
I'd like to see a little bit more output from Walker here, but keeps feigning that kick.
So I really like what I'm seeing from Walker here because he has already landed really heavy.
Yep.
And a lot of times you can see, you know, when an amateur lands heavy, they over-engage, they get put into positions they don't necessarily want to. So doing a really good job with 40 seconds left here in the round of denying all the takedown attempts so far.
Oh. Fedaye lands though.
Nice solid kick by Fedaye.
Oh!
Yeah, nice left hand there from Fedaye. Well, the 10-second bell woke everyone up.
Keeps throwing that kind of rear kick.
And into our first round there, a very, very dynamic round. I think Juice getting a little bit of the better end there, but definitely didn't avoid damage through the hole. Took a little bit there. Fedaye finding his range a little bit at the end of the round there. Four takedown attempts?
About 4 takedown attempts.
That's a large number for the first round.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely can be a little bit exhausting, especially when they keep getting stuffed and just keep, you know, you shoot in and it's pretty tiring to have to then go again and try again and again.
And we see Fedaye trying to throw these high kicks, but he's kind of telegraphing them a little bit. not making it, you know, super easy or super difficult to defend. But one thing that Walker's doing that I really like is every time he's stuffing one of those takedown attempts, he's coming out of it immediately throwing.
Yeah, punishing him for those
absolutely,
attempts.
you know, and now it's, hey, I want to grapple, but do I want to, you know, risk getting touched up on the way out if I don't get that takedown I'm looking for?
And here we are for our second round. This lightweight bout between Walker and Fedaye.
You know, with Walker being a boxer and being comfortable with his hands, he does have to actually get in a little bit closer with that range.
Another great sprawl.
Yeah.
Great job by Walker there.
Probably doing exactly what they trained for and really executing that very well.
Ooh, now Walker switches it up.
Wow.
Big body lock takedown with the ground and pound now.
Great job by Walker there.
Walker flipping the script and saying, hey, who wants to grapple? I'll go ahead.
As we said, boxers coming out and getting those takedowns.
Oof.
Oh, nice roll through
Very
by
nice roll
Fedaye.
through.
I really love his stance. He looks extremely comfortable on the feet. You know, a lot of jiu-jitsu guys, I think, are still trying to find their groove and their movement. But Fedaye looks very comfortable, even with those stuffed takedowns. It doesn't seem to really be discouraging to him too much.
Well, he's failing in a good place with his head and his chest up, so he's not getting stuck underneath, which is helping him not fatigue too bad. But you've got to imagine that by attempt 6, 7, or 8, things will start to get a little desperate.
Absolutely.
Oh, and there it is, right on cue.
Yeah. Well, now we're going what I always call naked shots. You got to put something in front of it, or it's too easy for the guy. I mean, Walker knows you're going to shoot.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And with a little bit over 1 minute left here in our second round.
And like we were saying, if he set those up, that would actually bring him in closer, so he's not shooting from as far that Walker is able to see it as easily.
And I think he just needs to make up his mind. Like right there is exactly what you're talking about, Tally. Putting those shots in front of it, and then could have gone into a position to take down, but then just kind of paused, you know?
Yeah, he's doing this pullback, which is good because it defends a punch, but at the same time, he should be moving in a little bit more with it.
Commit to your decisions.
Absolutely. Be comfortable with it, especially, obviously, he wants to wrestle, he wants to take it down, so he's comfortable with those takedowns. Oh.
Big head kick, blocked, but those always shock through. In our closing moments here.
You hear Juice's Corner calling Sean O'Malley. Teams generally use code words for certain things, so interested to see what that technique they're looking for is.
Another good round.
I do also have to say, I do love seeing women in the role as refs as well. It's really cool having women step up to do all of these different roles, whether it's judging, just being in the commission in these different roles.
No, absolutely. And it's actually, I mean, just from my point of view, it's something that is starting to be common enough that that's not, it's nice to, that's not even a thing. It's just like, oh yeah, there's a woman, there's a referee woman, there's Kate, everything. I mean, Texas does a great job too of getting a lot of different referees, getting a lot of people trained up. They got a lot of fights going on too. That's the Texas has got a big fight going on every weekend, sometimes twice a weekend. See the corner of Walker. Very intent on a specific technique. See if he's able to implement that.
Walker coming out quick in this third round. He looks very fresh.
Good little fakes. I think he's trying to set Fedaye up to make that shot with those fakes. Nice knee.
Yeah, that knee was great.
and that's why it's so good to cover those shots before you come in so you don't take one of those knees to the face.
Oh.
Ooh.
Nice, and you see
Fedaye's
he
able
was
to get
in
that
a
leg.
lot closer for
Yep.
that, and he finally was able to get that dump. See if he can get past the knee. Nice.
So after 2 rounds, about a minute into our third, Fedaye finally gets his takedown and is reversed immediately.
I was going to say, he had over 2 minutes to work, so that would have been a good spot, but maybe just rushing it a little bit.
Yeah, hips looked a little bit high. I would have liked to see him settle down just a little bit more before he started moving in to try to get that mount, I think.
Oh, big knee from Walker, and that hurt him.
Fedaye is
Fedaye
for
is
sure.
up. And the corner of Walker, egging him to push.
Get the volume.
Oh, he
again.
needs to be so careful with those big ducks. Walker is just timing that, trying to connect that knee to his face even stronger.
Fedaye is tough, though. Very tough. Looks like he's got his legs back under him a little bit more.
Ooh,
oh, another big
2
shot.
from Juice. Fedaye doing a good job of backing him off, though. Getting a reset back in the middle. Juice very confident in that long range, just hands down, asking Fedaye to come forward.
Keeps feigning that rear kick.
And with 1 minute left here in our third round, Walker stalking Fedaye.
Yeah, we like a little bit of that swag with it too, you know, throwing those fakes and feints. It really trips up your opponent.
And just a note, guys, these are amateurs.
Absolutely.
The pros are, we're still a couple of fights away from the pros.
Last
Another
double there.
Dive blast from Fedaye, and he gets the takedown. He's got 35 seconds to work, though, so he's gonna have to do a lot. And Walker
And again, I think his hips were
Gets
just
swept.
a little too high.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I think Juice is just too strong. I mean, his hips are a little high, but
Absolutely.
Juice just bench pressed him off.
Just told him,
He
get up.
says, come on, let's
Derek
go.
Lewis, I'm standing up.
Derek Lewis, the baddest blue belt in Texas.
15
Oh, a big
seconds
shot
left.
by Fedaye, though. Walker answers back.
Short time, Walker looking for the finish. Can he get it?
Nice. Beautiful
And a
way.
fantastic fight.
Beautiful way to end that round. He's like, let's just go. But Fedaye hung in there nice and strong.
Yeah.
And again, it's always interesting to see the body language. We say that's so important after the fight. Even if you don't in your heart feel like you won, you never show it. You put your hands up, you keep your chin up, you stand strong.
Yeah. A good fight, a tough fight, a very strong fighter.
Yeah.
The fact that he continued to take shots and found 2 in the third round, but just not able to do anything once he gets it there to the ground. As you can see, Walker able to get pretty much right back up each time, and in some of those replays, like right here, nice single tip down. And as Natalia said, his hips just a little high. Walker's so strong, just powers him
Yep.
back up.
Too much space, was able to get that sweep.
Fedaye, though, showed how tough he really is.
Yeah, he was a very tough fighter. And, you know, Juice is definitely one of those guys. I've seen him cross-train. He's got really good partners. But he's definitely one of those guys that he's got a lot of training for just a 4-1 AMI record.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple fights he finds himself either fighting for a title or moving to a professional.
Yeah, and with Fedaye only having that one amateur fight, you know, there's so much that he's going to be able to take away from this fight.
Absolutely. And
Well,
we'll
we-
take it in to the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for both of these athletes, please. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored 30-27 for your winner, fighting out of the red corner, Jacorien Juice Walker.
All right, guys, so just taking a look here at some of our highlights. Nice little takedown there from Juice, his one takedown, a little ground and pound. Some really dominant striking displays there. As we were saying, Fedaye, you know, coming in with a lot less experience, and he gained a lot of that tonight, coming out against a really tough opponent, and really not looking bad, just not able to get anything going that was good. And showed his grit, though, because he took a knee, he took a couple shots, and he stayed in there. As Natalia said, very comfortable on his feet for a jiu-jitsu guy, so he didn't look out of place. We'll be very excited to see him get back.